Hey everybody, Howard Gearhauser here again. In today's video, I have a very exciting technique that you can use to help reduce stress. Now I know during this coronavirus pandemic, our stress levels are a little higher than usual. We're living in a little bit more fear. There's a lot of uncertainty and anxiety about what's going on, and I totally understand that. But the good news is it doesn't need to be so stressful. There's actually techniques that you can use to totally reduce stress. And even cooler, you can transmute stress into positive emotions like joy, appreciation, gratitude, compassion, care, etc. So that's what I want to show you guys today. That way you can utilize this in your day-to-day life as much as possible to really remain in a place of peace and positivity during these uncertain times. So I hope that this will be really helpful for you guys, and feel free to share it with anyone that you think it might benefit as well. So let's talk about this a little bit from a scientific perspective. So when we're stressed out, our heart rhythm patterns are very chaotic. So if you're looking at the heart rhythm pattern on a chart, it's very kind of all over the place, right? It's not smooth and ordered at all. And those are called incoherent heart rhythms. So when we're stressed out, when we're in the fight or flight response, we're dealing with these incoherent heart rhythms. Now, when we're feeling relaxed and in that restorative mode, our heart rhythms are very coherent. They're very smooth and stable. They're kind of like sine waves, very smooth and stable. So that's our goal. We want to be living with those smooth and stable heart rhythm patterns, the coherent patterns. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do. And when you do that, you feel amazing. You can really get rid of that stress, and it's pretty awesome. So it's three simple steps. You can do this anywhere. The first thing you want to do is we want to put awareness into our heart itself. So we don't want our awareness in our mind. I don't like to think of take the awareness out of the mind. I like to focus, just put the awareness on the heart, and then awareness will automatically be moved out of the mind into the heart. So put the awareness in the heart. The best way to do that is to actually touch heart center, or you could touch your heart itself, whichever you want. I like to do heart center. So 2 hands is great too. So put 2 hands over your heart like this, and then visualize that you're actually breathing from your heart. Like your heart has 2 little nostrils on it, okay? So that's step 1. Step 2 is to actually slow down your breathing. I like to do about 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. You could do 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out, whatever feels good to you. I like to do about 4 in, 4 out, and I like to have my eyes closed. However, you can do this walking around as well. So here's an example. So I'll close my eyes. And that was about 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. Now, if you lose track a little bit, that's okay. The idea here is to really get present. That's one of the other benefits of this. You really get present in the moment. So what we want to do is continue that 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out, breathing from our heart with the 2 little nostrils on our heart. And we want to do that until our stress goes away, essentially. So if you're in a situation where you're feeling really panicked, like, oh my gosh, my stocks are losing dollars every single day, or whatever it might be, come back to your heart, come back to the slowed breathing, and just keep doing it. It might take a minute, it might take 5 minutes, it might take 10 minutes for you to get rid of that stress, but that's okay. It'll happen faster and faster the more you practice. So then the third step, once we've neutralized the stress, what we want to do is choose a positive emotion. Stress is very depleting, and it can drain our energy, which is the last thing we want, especially when there's a virus floating around. We need as much energy for our immune system as possible. So we want to make sure that we're choosing positive or re-energizing emotions, like the ones I mentioned before, but gratitude is one I really like to work with. So once we get to that point of neutrality, what we want to do is play a mental movie, is what I like to call them, and I've heard that reference before, of something that really makes us feel grateful. And if you're not sure of something to be grateful for, just pretend like you're being grateful. That can actually work too, oddly enough. For me, I'm very grateful for my dog, Leah. And every time I think about her, it makes me super happy. That's one of the things that I go to quite often. So once I've neutralized my stress, I then smile and I continue my slowed breathing, and I think about my dog. And instantly, you'll be transitioned from this stressful state and then be living in a state of gratitude. And what's really cool, the more you practice this, you create new circuitry. So when you actually start to feel stressed out and your respiratory rate increases and whatnot, it can actually be transmuted into positive emotions. So I'd like for us to do this together for 1 minute right now so you can practice. And again, you can do this with your eyes open on a walk. Do this as much as possible. I try and do this anytime I'm feeling a depleting emotion so I can quickly snap out of it and get re-energized rather than depleted. So let's do this for 1 minute. I'm gonna explain the steps again really quickly. So hands over the heart. Start breathing from the chest. Pretend like your heart has 2 little nostrils on it. We're gonna slow our breathing down while we close our eyes. We'll do 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. And then we will add the image of something we're grateful for. And we will do this for 1 minute, starting now. All right, so I think that was about a minute. Like I said, sometimes you'll lose track of time, which is totally fine. If you're present in the moment and just enjoying the moment, don't get too hung up in the time part. The idea here is to really neutralize that stress. That way you can start re-energizing, really be in the flow, not living in fear. This will help with so many different things, bolstering your immune system, increasing your cognitive ability. This is so good for the heart. You know, our heart has a ton of stress on it and we're literally going in there and removing it. So I hope this was helpful. Now, if you're someone who's interested in learning more about the heart and how to optimize heart function, maybe you're dealing with heart disease or you've had a heart attack or you know someone who has, my dad and I actually put together a pretty cool workshop called the Heart Health Transformation Workshop. You can check that out. There'll be a link in the description. So the workshop's over an hour, but we really break down all of the different things you can do to strengthen your heart. It's pretty cool. So I invite you to check that out if you have some time. And if not, we will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye.